How's it going, tubers? Mr. Green here, and got a little project I gotta do. What happened was I bought this Motomaster Eliminator, I don't know, probably about 5 years ago, and I've used it a few times. It came with two different adapters. One you could plug into your 12-volt cigarette in your car, and then put this up on your dash, and it would charge your battery enough to start your car. And that's what its intention is. And it does come with a set of battery clips, which over the years the connector where it joins, where you can split it to go from alligator clips to I can't remember exactly what the connector is called, but that connector right there where the rubber meets the actual cable was just starting to split, and then I was worried about getting a short, so I got rid of that, and I use only the alligator clips because I use this. It hangs on the outside of my shop, and I run a wire into my four-wheeler, and it keeps my four-wheeler battery good, and it keeps a small amount of charge into it. It's 5 watts, but it's a monocrystal light panel, so it works in really low lights too. So that's very nice for just a small trickle charge on that battery all the time. So, but what happened was we had 120 km/h winds last week, and it was only hanging on a hook because it's like a fabric shed, like one of those pop-up ones, and it was swinging, and it ripped the wires right out of the bottom of the solar panel. So what I've got to do is take this panel apart, and we're going to solder the wires back in correctly, and I'll have it ready to charge again. So it's only been it's been a couple of days since I've had any charge on that battery, and it's a brand new battery in my four-wheeler. So I want to make sure that it's taken care of, even though it's, they're about $49. I think it's a Duracell or Energizer, I think. From Walmart, and you put the battery acid in yourself, and it was cheap, and it does the trick. So on the back of these panels there's just some screws, so you just take those out, and I'm not sure if every one of these caps, I guess we'll find out here, but there's little caps all over the place, and I'm guessing that each one of those has a screw behind it. Now I just gotta find a little screwdriver here that I can probably use this. Yep. So you just pop each one of these. There we go. There's little black things here, so I will I'll speed through this part of the video. Okay, so I'm going to pull out the rest of these screws. Okay. Now this thing may be sealed right from the factory so that water doesn't get in, and if I find that there isn't a gasket or anything, then I'll re-silicone it when I put it back together. Nope, absolutely no seal. Wow, I've never had one of these ones apart before, so at the end of the video here I'll take you outside and I'll show you what I've got on my shed here. I do have another video about that setup, but yeah, when I'm done I'll show you what I've done on the roof. I had to switch it. I had on my roof I had my panel sitting flat on top of my flat, it's not completely flat, but pretty much a flat roof. So that was not a good thing, because last time we got snow it just completely covered the panel, and I try to keep up on keeping it clean just so I don't get any snow load on it. And it was just too much to keep up with. So I rebuilt the stand out there, And now I'm going to, I'll show you at the end here, and now I'm getting a lot better power too, because now it's angled the proper way. See what's going on here. Oh, it's silicone. Okay, I see. Alright, so what do we got? We got just your basic panel on the back here, and 2 wires coming off it. Like, it really couldn't be any more basic than that. So what I want to do is this right here I need to split apart, and I'm going to have to see what's positive and what's negative. So, and the way I'll do that is I'll just put it in some light, and I've got my little volt tester here, and we'll test it for power. So I need to pull this back just a little bit because there's a little bit of extra wire there, which is nice. And actually I can see right here the stripe, if I remember correctly, is the hot. So that would be your positive. Alright, pull that little bit of silicone off there. Alright, so I'm just going to clip these wires right here, because it goes through this little shrink wrap here that gives it a little seal, and it's supposed to give the wire some flexibility right there, but I'm going to silicone that so that the wire will have some flexibility in there. So now what I'm going to do, and I got my soldering iron already heating up, so I'm going to strip these 2 little wires here. There we go. There we go. Alright, so what we'll do just to make sure is we'll check these wires to make sure that this one is positive and that one is negative. So what we should be able to do here is I can hold this up at the same time. So I'm thinking this one is positive. Let's see if you guys can even see that on the voltmeter. I'm not 100% sure. I'll turn it that way, see if that makes a difference. But there's positive, and I just got aimed at the light. Alright, so with that little bit of light, it's putting out 11.5 volts. With good normal light, just outdoor light, it puts out, well, we'll check that later, but I think it was like 14 something it put out. So that is correct. I was right with the wire. So now that I have that, we know that that's positive. It never hurts to check for the 2 seconds that it takes. Alright, so I'm going to use the end of this wire, so I just need to find the end of it. There it is here. Whoops. Just cut off. I'm going to cut it back a little bit just in case it was rusted inside a little bit. Sometimes that happens. Or corrodes. Okay. Alright, so now we need to attach these 2, so this is positive. Alright, that attached. And then this one. Make sure that these aren't touching each other. Alright, now we'll solder these up here a little bit just to give them a nice connection, and then I'll tape them off. So I just got to grab my solder here, and this is just electronic. There you go. Yeah, works great. It's a really thin solder, so it works great with this little gun. And I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't do a ton of electric stuff like this. I like to work on anything 12 volt solar panels and that type of stuff. Can unplug that now, and then grab my electrical tape up here. Alright, tape this off. It should be cool enough now. And I usually fold them back on each other. On itself, I should say. And that just gives it a better strength, and then it can't be pulled. Alright, so I'll have to fit this in here so that, just put this flat on the ground here. And that wire needs to come out of there. So, that should do the trick. The bottom is here. Alright, we'll get a couple of these screws started here, and then actually I have to keep my silicone inside so it doesn't freeze, because in my shop here it's not always heated. When I'm out here, I've got a wood stove that I heat this shop with, and that's nice, but I try not to keep anything that can freeze over the winter, because I'm up here in Canada and it gets really cold. We've already had 2 feet of snow, and all of that's melted, and it was nice for a couple of days, and now it's supposed to go back to snow squalls this afternoon and all day tomorrow, and I'm supposed to start a roof tomorrow, so that's not going to be fun. So I will I'll skip through this part of it, so, and then we'll go out and we'll take a look at my outdoor panels on the, or panel on the shed, and then I'll show you what I do with when I hook this up, and we'll give it a quick test. So actually we'll be back here in a minute. Okay, we're outside now, and this is just sitting outside, and then I just got it hooked up onto the leads here, and look what it's putting out, 22.2 volts. So that's and it's very low, like it's not putting out, it's putting out 5 watts, but so it really is a high voltage but low charge going in, so it's perfect for extended times to be hooked up. So, and like, I mean, it's a cloudy day and it's starting to snow, and the snow squalls are supposed to come in. You can see it's pretty nasty out here. So I'll take you over here quickly and show you my solar panel up on the roof. So there it is up on the roof. Now it's on a nice angle, so it gets some good sun. And yeah, so I appreciate everybody checking out this video, and subscribe if you're not a subscriber, and check out the other videos and share if you like, and we'll talk to everybody soon. So give it a thumbs up. All right, bye.